Welcome to our deep dive. Today we'll be exploring some really fascinating ideas about matter, spirit, and even the very nature of reality as described in this philosophical text.
It really encourages a new way of seeing the world.
Yeah, we're gonna unpack its unique perspective, and hopefully uncover some aha moments together.
I think we will.
By the end of this deep dive, well, you'll not only understand the core concepts, but also have some thought-provoking ideas to ponder long after we're done.
It's a text that it really encourages us to look beyond the everyday world.
Yeah.
And consider the deeper, unseen forces that shape our reality.
Okay, so let's jump right in. The text starts by talking about Atman, the soul, and Brahma. And it even addresses those who might be asking, if this ultimate reality exists, why can't we just see it?
Right, and the text uses the example of ether to illustrate this point.
Okay.
You can't see ether with your naked eye, but it's the subtle essence that's everywhere, pervading everything. Just because we can't see something doesn't mean it's not real.
That's a great point. It's like saying we can't see Wi-Fi, but we know it's there because our devices are connected to the internet.
Exactly, yeah.
So what's the text saying about how we can grasp these subtler concepts like Atman and Brahma?
Well, it says that we need a pointed intellect, or oger al-budi.
Okay.
Think of it as a refined and focused mind that can perceive these subtler aspects of reality.
Okay.
We need to cultivate a deeper level of awareness.
Yeah.
Just like scientists need special instruments to detect things like atoms.
So it's not about abandoning science or logic, but about expanding our tools of understanding.
Exactly. It's about developing a more nuanced way of seeing.
Right.
And this leads us to another fascinating concept that the text explores, the interplay of Shiva and Shakti.
This idea of Shiva representing consciousness and Shakti representing energy. This sounds intriguing. Can you tell us more about their interplay and why it's so significant?
Yeah, the text really challenges the conventional idea that consciousness is just a product of energy or matter.
Right.
Instead, it presents consciousness as a fundamental force.
Wow.
The driving force behind evolution itself.
So it's not energy creating consciousness, but rather consciousness expressing itself through energy.
Precisely. The text uses a beautiful metaphor. It says that even the atoms of energy dance on the bosom of consciousness.
Oh, wow.
Consciousness is the underlying foundation.
Yeah.
The stage upon which everything else unfolds.
That's a powerful image. It suggests that consciousness is omnipresent and maybe even the source of everything.
It really does.
So if this consciousness is so fundamental, how do we tap into it? How do we experience this deeper reality?
That's a great question. The text talks about turning our senses inward, right?
Yeah.
It emphasizes this concept of introversion.
What exactly does that mean in this context?
It's about shifting our focus from the external world, with all its distractions,
Right.
to the inner world of our own being. Think about how often you're truly focused inward.
Yeah.
Most of the time, our attention is pulled outward, right?
Yeah.
By all the noise and demands of daily life.
That's so true. We're constantly bombarded with information and stimulation. But the text seems to be saying that this outward focus isn't the path to true happiness.
Exactly. It argues that chasing external things, well, they can never bring lasting fulfillment.
Right.
It's like chasing mirages in the desert. They always seem just out of reach.
I see what you mean. It's like that saying, wherever you go, there you are.
Right, exactly.
You can change your external environment, but if you haven't addressed your inner state, true happiness will always elude you.
Right. The text is pointing us toward a deeper source of happiness that's independent of our circumstances.
Right, I see.
And this connects to another key idea, the illusion of permanence.
The text makes a point about clinging to things that are constantly changing. It uses the analogy of building a house on shifting sand. It's a powerful image, but can you break it down for us?
Yeah, it highlights how everything is in constant flux, even things that seem stable.
Wow, okay.
The text uses a simple anecdote about a shirt to illustrate this. It describes the shirt's journey from the unseen raw materials to its creation, its use, and eventual decay.
Interesting.
Emphasizing that we never truly own anything.
Oh, okay.
We're just temporary caretakers. Even our bodies are constantly changing at the cellular level.
That's a really thought-provoking way to look at it. It reminds me that impermanence is woven into the fabric of reality.
Exactly. And this understanding can be incredibly liberating. It frees us from unnecessary attachment. We can learn to appreciate experiences without clinging to their fleeting nature.
So it's not about denying our desire for things or experiences, but about changing our relationship to them.
Yes, it's about finding a deeper sense of peace and contentment that doesn't depend on external things remaining the same.
Now, get ready for another fascinating concept. The text argues that each of you is the controller of your own reality, the Ishana. It's like saying you're the author of your own story. But how does that fit with the idea of accepting things we can't change?
That's a great question. The text isn't saying we have control over external events. It's about mastering your inner world, your thoughts, your reactions, your interpretations. It's like the story of the prince raised as a commoner.
Right?
The moment he realizes his true royal lineage, his entire world shifts.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't gain any new powers, but his perspective and sense of self are transformed.
So it's less about worldly power and more about recognizing the power of our own consciousness to shape our experience of reality.
Exactly. And that realization can be incredibly empowering.
Yeah.
It puts us in the driver's seat of our own inner lives.
Okay, so we've been talking about this ultimate reality, Brahma, and how it's this powerful, all-encompassing consciousness. But what's it like? Is there a way to even grasp what Brahma is?
The text uses some stunning imagery to describe Brahma's radiance, saying it surpasses even the brilliance of the sun.
Okay.
It suggests that that everything we see shines with a borrowed light.
Oh,
Emanating from this ultimate source.
so it's like the sun reflecting off a million tiny mirrors.
Yes.
Each mirror reflects a little bit of the sun's light, but the sun itself is the source of all that brilliance.
That's a beautiful way to visualize it.
Yeah.
It suggests that everything in the universe is a reflection of Brahma's radiance.
Okay.
Just as everything is a manifestation of Brahma's consciousness,
Yeah.
we're not separate from this radiance. We're part of it.
That's mind-blowing.
It is.
But how do we actually experience this for ourselves? What does the text say about finding this inner truth, this connection to Brahma?
Well, it emphasizes the importance of seeking guidance from a capable teacher,
Right.
an Acharya,
Okay.
and following a path of spiritual practice, sadhana. It's like trying to dig a well to quench your thirst.
Okay.
You could try to do it alone, but it would be far more effective and less risky with expert guidance.
That makes a lot of sense. Having someone who's already navigated the path can save you a lot of time and trouble.
Right. A teacher can provide the tools, techniques, and support you need to explore the inner landscape and realize your true nature.
So ultimately, the text is guiding us towards recognizing the oneness behind the seeming multiplicity of the world.
Yes. We often get lost in the names and forms of things,
Right.
missing the underlying unity that connects us all.
It's like the goldsmith who sees only gold,
Yes.
regardless of the jewelry's shape.
A great analogy.
Whether it's a necklace, a ring, or a bracelet, it's all just gold in different forms.
Precisely. And recognizing this underlying unity is key to transcending the limitations of our ego and experiencing the true freedom and bliss that lie at the heart of reality. Welcome back. It's remarkable how these ancient ideas, the ones we've been discussing, how they still resonate so deeply today.
I know, right? It feels like they tapped into something timeless about the human experience.
Definitely, yeah.
Last time we were talking about this idea of oneness behind the seeming multiplicity of the world.
Right.
It's a powerful concept, but I'm curious to explore it a bit further.
Sure.
Can you elaborate on what the text means by that?
Of course. The text, it suggests that our typical way of seeing the world can be quite limited.
Okay.
We get caught up in all the differences, the names, forms, categories.
Right.
We see a tree, a rock, a bird,
Yeah.
and our minds immediately label them as separate, distinct things.
So it's like our minds are constantly dividing and sorting, creating these artificial boundaries between things.
Exactly. But the text encourages us to go beyond these superficial differences
Okay.
and perceive the underlying unity that connects everything.
Right.
Remember that analogy of the goldsmith we talked about earlier?
Right. The skilled goldsmith can look at a pile of jewelry rings, necklaces, bracelets, and see beyond the individual pieces, right? It's all just gold to them.
Exactly.
The form doesn't matter as much as the the essence.
Precisely. We're like those pieces of jewelry, different in form, but ultimately made of the same precious substance.
Right,
And that substance, that underlying essence, is Brahma,
right.
the ultimate reality, the one consciousness that pervades everything.
That's pretty mind-blowing.
It is.
So how does this understanding of oneness actually change, how we see the world?
Well, if we can start to see the oneness behind the many, it shifts everything. Our focus moves from separation to connection,
Mhm.
from competition to collaboration.
Right.
It allows us to see ourselves in others and others in ourselves.
It's like realizing we're all part of one big cosmic family.
Exactly. And that realization can bring a profound sense of peace, love, and compassion.
Yeah.
It helps us overcome the fear, judgment, and sense of isolation that often cause us so much suffering.
That makes me think about how much conflict and suffering we create by clinging to the illusion of separateness.
You've hit on a crucial point.
Yeah.
The text suggests that a lot of our suffering comes from this misperception of reality.
Right.
We identify with our limited ego, our separate self, and that leads to all sorts of problems.
Right.
We compare, we compete, we judge, we fear.
Right.
But realizing that we're all interconnected, that we're part of this vast flowing consciousness,
Yeah.
well, that can liberate us from those limiting beliefs and open us up to a whole new way of being.
It's like waking up from a dream. Are there any practical steps we can take to cultivate this understanding of oneness?
Absolutely. The text places great emphasis on spiritual practice, on turning inward,
Right.
meditation, contemplation, self-reflection. These are all tools that help us quiet the mind, detach from the ego, and experience this deeper reality.
Right.
It's a process, a journey, but with practice and dedication, well, it's something anyone can achieve.
And that brings us back to what we discussed earlier about seeking guidance from a teacher, right?
Yeah.
Someone who can show us the way, guide us through the challenges we might face on this path.
Absolutely. The text, it highlights the crucial role of an Acharya, a spiritual guide,
Okay.
who has already walked the path and can offer invaluable insights and support. They can help us navigate the inner terrain, refine our practice, and deepen our understanding.
It's like having an experienced mountain climber guide you up a treacherous peak.
Right.
They know the safest route, can anticipate potential hazards,
Yeah.
and offer encouragement when things get tough.
Exactly. We've been there, done that, and can share their wisdom and experience to help us reach the summit.
So this journey to realizing our true nature isn't a solo endeavor. It's about finding the right support, the right guidance, and walking the path with others who have gone before us.
That's beautiful said.
Yeah.
It's about recognizing that we're all in it together.
Right.
That we can support each other, learn more each other, and inspire each other along the way.
As we cultivate this understanding, as we embody these truths in our lives, what kind of transformation can we expect to see? What does the text say about the fruits of this journey?
The text it suggests the fruits of sadhana are vast and profound.
Okay.
As we deepen our connection with our true nature, we experience a growing sense of peace, joy, and freedom. Our relationships become more authentic, our actions become more aligned with our values,
Right.
and our lives become infused with a deeper meaning and purpose.
It's like a ripple effect,
Exactly.
expanding outward from our inner transformation, touching everyone and everything we encounter.
Precisely. And ultimately, the text, it points to the realization of our oneness with all of existence.
Right.
It's a profound shift in perspective, recognizing that we are not separate, isolated beings,
Yeah.
but integral parts of a vast, interconnected web of life.
Wow, that's incredibly inspiring.
It is.
It makes me realize that this journey of self-discovery isn't just about personal growth. It's about contributing to a collective awakening.
Right.
A shift in consciousness that could transform our world.
That's a That's a powerful insight.
Yeah.
And it echoes a central theme of this philosophical text.
Okay.
It's a call to action, an invitation to embrace our true nature, live in alignment with our deepest values, and contribute to the creation of a more loving, compassionate, and just world.
This has been an incredible journey so far.
It has.
We've explored the depths of consciousness, the interconnectedness of all things, and the path to realizing our true nature.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see what other insights await us in part 3 of this deep dive.
I know, me too. We'll be diving even deeper into the heart of this philosophical text, uncovering more practical wisdom and thought-provoking ideas.
Okay.
Be sure to join us for the final part of this illuminating exploration.
Sounds great.
Until then, keep seeking, keep questioning, keep expanding your awareness.
Welcome back to the final part of our deep dive into this incredible philosophical text. It feels like we've been on such an amazing journey,
It has been quite a journey.
exploring the nature of reality, consciousness, and who we truly are.
Lots to think about.
Yeah. And today I'm really excited to dive into a concept that struck me from the text.
Okay.
This idea that true knowledge goes beyond just understanding something intellectually. It's about direct experience, a deep inner knowing that transforms us from the inside out.
Yeah, that's a key distinction the text emphasizes.
Yeah.
The difference between simply knowing something in your head and truly embodying it.
Right.
It's like it's the difference between reading about swimming and actually jumping into the water.
I love that analogy. You can study all the techniques, memorize the strokes.
Right.
But until you feel the water, the buoyancy, the resistance, you haven't truly grasped what swimming is.
Exactly. And the text suggests that realizing our true nature, connecting with that deep inner essence of Brahma,
Right.
is similar.
Okay.
It requires more than just intellectual agreement. It demands a full-bodied, immersive experience.
So it's not enough to just read these words, to agree with the concepts. We have to actually put them into practice, live them, breathe them.
Precisely. The text uses the term sadhana, which refers to spiritual practice, to emphasize this active engagement.
Right.
It's about cultivating a way of being, a way of seeing, a way of relating to ourselves and the world.
And that takes us back to the importance of seeking guidance from a qualified teacher.
Yeah.
Right. Someone who can show us the way, guide us through the challenges we might face on this path.
Absolutely. The text highlights the crucial role of an Acharya, a spiritual guide,
Okay.
who has already walked the path and can offer invaluable insights and support.
Right.
They can help us navigate the inner terrain, refine our practice, and deepen our understanding.
It's like having an experienced mountain climber guide you up a treacherous peak.
Right.
They know the safest route, can anticipate potential hazards,
Yeah.
and offer encouragement when things get tough.
Exactly. They've been there, done that, and can share their wisdom and experience to help us reach the summit.
So this journey to realizing our true nature isn't a solo endeavor. It's about finding the right support, the right guidance, and walking the path with others who have gone before us.
That's beautifully said.
Yeah.
It's about recognizing that we're all in this together, that we can support each other, learn from each other, and inspire each other along the way.
As we cultivate this understanding, as we embody these truths in our lives, what kind of transformation can we expect to see? What does the text say about the fruits of this journey?
The text suggests the fruits of sadhana are vast and profound.
Okay.
As we deepen our connection with our true nature, we experience a growing sense of peace, joy, and freedom.
Right.
Our relationships become more authentic. Our actions become more aligned with our values.
Yeah.
And our lives become infused with a deeper meaning and purpose.
It's like a ripple effect, expanding outward from our inner transformation, touching everyone and everything we encounter.
Precisely. And ultimately, the text points to the realization of our oneness with all of existence.
Wow.
It's a profound shift in perspective.
Right.
Recognizing that we are not not separate, isolated being, but integral parts of a vast, interconnected web of life.
Wow, that's incredibly inspiring. It makes me realize that this journey of self-discovery isn't just about personal growth. It's about contributing to a collective awakening.
Yes.
A shift in consciousness that could transform our world.
That's a powerful insight.
Yeah.
And it echoes a central theme of this philosophical text.
Okay.
It's a call to action,
Right.
an invitation to embrace our true nature, live in alignment with our deepest values, and contribute to the creation of a more loving, compassionate, and just world.
What a beautiful and profound message to end on. As we wrap up this deep dive, I want to encourage you, our listener, to continue exploring these ideas, to delve deeper into the text, and to see how you can integrate these insights into your own life.
I agree.
Remember, the journey starts within, and it has the potential to transform not just ourselves, but the world around us.
That's the beauty of it.
Thanks for joining us on this incredible exploration.